Hello again and welcome to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by upshiftstore.co.uk and digitalmotorsports.com. This is race 2 from Monza. Let's get straight to the grid. So in pole position it's Excalibur, Brian Moncani in second, Warwolf in third, Firepower in fourth, Flash in fifth, TCC in sixth, Angry Man in seventh, Gamer 8 in eighth, Ginger in ninth, Potsy in 10th, Pablo in 11th, Seamus in 12th, Jim Bob in 13th, Broady in 14th and C Broady in 15th. So we've got 15 cars here tonight. So C Broady has actually joined us here. He wasn't in race 1, but he's in race 2 here tonight. So 15 cars going for it. This is based on the finishing results from race 1. So let's go straight to the action. Of course, Excalibur winning race 1, so of course he's on pole position. So lights are on, revs are up, should be away any second. And away we go. And it looks like a good start from everybody. So Excalibur takes them away with Brian Moncani in second, Flash has gone up into third, so Warwolf in fourth, Firepower in fifth. We've got TCC in sixth. TCC has gone up to fifth actually, so TCC around the outside now. Gets going to try and have a look at Firepower. Oh, he gets himself on the dirt and grass. Oh my goodness, it's exactly identical as to what Ginger done in race 1 pretty much. Just gets his back wheels on the left side onto the gravel and it let go on him, so he's dropped right the way back to the back. So it is pretty much identical to what Ginger done in race 1. Unbelievable, but unlucky for him. So TCC at the back in 14th, Jim Bob in 13th, chasing down Angry Man in 12th. Oh, gets past Angry Man actually. It looks like Angry Man was going slow there. So did Angry Man knock Jim Bob off maybe somewhere? Did he tap him? Maybe at the chicane? So Jim Bob goes up into 12th then. So Angry Man seemed to have let him go, just slowed down, let him go through. So maybe there was an incident there somewhere. So Ginger in 11th with Potsy in 10th, he's got a small penalty to get rid of. So is C Broad in front as well. So Ginger going round in 10th. Okay, trying to chase down C Broad. He's got a small penalty he's got to get rid of. Some lag there as well. It's right up the back of Seamus now. So Seamus is trying to go down the inside of Seamus. Little nudge, but no, gets another little penalty for that actually at the same time. So gets rid of that on the right hand side like you should do. So Ginger goes past. So Ginger back into 9th, or gets himself into 9th. Seamus out into 8th there. Trying to chase down Gamer Race and Broady in 6th and 7th. So they cross the line, start lap 2. Gamer Race having a look now at Broady. Goes up the inside. It's going to be on the inside for the first right-hander, so easily clears him by the time he gets to there. Not a problem at all. So Broady drops back to 7th with Seamus out in 8th. Oh, was that a little nudge? I think it might have been a little nudge there. Knocked Seamus right in the same place as where TCC went off and Ginger earlier. So that right-hand is becoming a little bit of a problem here for these guys, and we're only on lap 2. So there's a few incidents happening on that one. What I see of it just looked like there was a slight little tap from C Broad, and it just took Seamus off, but I can't be sure if it was C Broad, whether it was his fault or not. Could have been that Seamus just didn't see him there, just turned in on him and he just caught the bumper and bumped the bumper and got him off, and he just runs wide again there for Seamus. It's going to give Angry Man a bit of an opportunity to try and catch up in 13th. So unlucky for Seamus, but he's got back on track and he's off and running again. So in front of him is Potsy. It's quite a big gap actually to Potsy, and he's trying to chase down Gamer Race in 10th. And then we've got TCC in front with another guy with another small penalty. Just pull over here. Well, he didn't actually pull over, just let it go, but he didn't have anyone behind him, in fairness, not too close. So, but he has now, because Gamer Race is right up him. He's going to have a look down the inside. He's going to get him on the brakes down here. Gamer Race is going to get himself up in the 9th, which he has. Or has he? TCC hasn't given up, so it's side by side around there, little door to door, but no problem. Gets himself into 9th. Does Gamer Race? He does. So gets in front of TCC with Ginger now in 8th, going down the right hand side, kicking up the dust and dirt. And then there's a pretty big gap then to see Broad, who's chasing down Broady in 6th. So as I say, that incident back then, I've done, from what I could see of it, I see Broad is really quick in that Audi. He's up the right hand side of Broady. He's not going to go around the outside though, not on this chicane. You've got to be a bit careful here. So side by side, no, clean through there. Yeah, so Broady stays in 6th. As I was saying, I think C Broad might have tried to have a look up the inside of Seamus, and it looked like Seamus just didn't quite see him there, and he's just turned in and just caught each other, and he's ended up worst off and out in the dirt and gravel, and Broady goes as well out there, and so does C Broad, so they both made a bit of a mistake. I think one followed the other there. But C Broad has come out worse as Ginger takes him for 7th, so Ginger goes through to 7th. They both ran a bit wide, got themselves back wheels on the gravel, and yeah, both of us a bit squirmy there. So Ginger now in 7th. It's a bit messy this race so far, and we've only been 3 laps in, and so there's quite a few incidents happening. So it's not the cleanest race I've seen so far. So Ginger in 7th then will burn off that penalty at some point. And there you go, burn it off as it gets to the final corner. So yeah, that's good from Ginger. So let's go up front a little bit. So Broady now away in 6th, trying to chase down Firepower. That's got a big gap now though. Firepower looking to get on the back of Warwolf, who's in 4th. So another good race for Warwolf so far. Did well in race 1, so it's looking good again in race 2 here in a Lexus. Looks like it's got a fair bit of pace in that car too. Then so does Firepower in Aston Martin, in fairness. It's all clean through there by the looks of it. Indicator on for Warwolf. Don't think he's pulling over. I think he's just left it on. He hasn't bothered turning it off. That doesn't matter. So in front of them it's Brian Moncurney then in 3rd. With Excalibur in 2nd, chasing down Flash, who's still out in front. So we've got the 2 muscle cars out there leading the race. That's Excalibur right up the back of Flash now as they head down the straight here to the next left-hander. Excalibur having a look on the outside, Flash defending on the right. Sorry, on the left I should say. He's going to keep his position there. Excalibur won't go around the outside there, but he does keep right up the back of him, and Brian Moncani is now right up there. So we've got 3 cars now. Almost bumper to bumper, these 3. Excalibur just pulls out to the left. Now he's going to look for the switchback maybe. Or is he going to try and go around the outside? He has gone around the outside. He's in 1st, but he's not going to stay there surely. He does stay there. What a great move. Yeah, that Mustang sticking to the tarmac there nicely. But Flash hasn't given up. He's almost neck and neck, so the 2 Muscles cars really battling it out up here at front, with Brian Moncani just sticking right behind him. Almost pushing Flash along, which Flash won't mind, to be fair, because he could do with a little push. It might actually help him to get him to the lead actually. And there you go, it has. So Brian Moncani has actually helped Flash there by pushing him into the lead, and follows through, goes through himself, so gets himself into 2nd, Excalibur back to 3rd. So we'll stick with this as they come up to this tricky chicane. Hard on the brakes. It's going to be clean through here. I think it will be with these guys. Yeah, looks pretty clean to me. Yep, good clean driving. Quick flash of the lights from Excalibur, but I didn't see anything wrong there, if I'm honest. Might have just been saying hello to his mate in front. And Warwolf not too far off the back of these. So Excalibur just dropped off slightly from these front 2. But Brian Moncani really putting the pressure on now. He's got himself up to 2nd through that slipstream along the straight. Followed Flash through. He's sticking with him. Excalibur just seems to be dropping back a little bit now. So we'll see what happens. We what? Just over halfway of the race. Now, stick with this. Will Brian Moncani have a look down here? Will he pull out to the right hand side? Get him. Oh, he has a look. He has to think about it. He does pull out. Does he get there? He does get there. Great. Oh, a little bit of a drift, a little bit of a slide. Will Flash get him on the switchback? He's certainly looking for it, he does. Great move. Yeah, good driving, good respectful driving between them two. Nice clean stuff. Yeah, the Genesis hasn't quite got the pace to get past the Corvette in the bends, but certainly stick with him through the slip here. We are sticking with these for now. And he's literally just going to keep pushing him along until they get to the chicane up here, and then I'd imagine he'll dive out, although you don't want to believe it too late for diving out, because we'll see what happens before when you dive out of the draft and the braking points suddenly just disappear. So he does brake a little bit earlier than Flash, which you have to. Will he get there? Again, pretty clean through there, a little bit sideways from both of them, but clean. That's good driving again from them two. Excellent driving that. So it's Flash in first, Brian Moncani in second. They've got Excalibur in third, with Warwolf now continuing on the back of him in fourth. So Warwolf fancies the podium again, with Firepower not far behind him in fifth. So another good race from Firepower. Showing what he can do. And then there's a huge gap back to Broady in sixth, with Sue Broad behind him in seventh, trying to chase him down. And then we've got this battle here. So we've got TCC's got himself up into eighth after his massive off at turn one. Ginger in ninth, who also had the massive off on lap one and turn one. Game Racing 10th behind him. We've got Potsy in 11th, Angry Man in 12th. Let's just see if Game Races can get Ginger. Goes a bit wide there. Might get a penalty for that. We'll see, but normally you would get a penalty for going out there. No, so that's all okay. So he's still chasing down Ginger then. And he was going to stick with it. All goes very wide out there, uses everything, the curbs and a bit, everything else out there. He tried there to try and get around him, but goes really wide. Didn't gain anything, so just sits behind Ginger still. Now looks on the outside of Ginger. Did get in the slip as he got there. I think he might have got there. He has got there, so he gets into ninth, but it's still pretty much neck and neck. Ginger get the inside line out if he keeps it there. Oh, great driving these two. No, Ginger just slots in behind us. Really good driving actually. Just had enough pace on that Scirocco to get past, but Ginger's going to overlook up the inside here on the chicane. Can he get him? He does. Is it clean? Yes, a lovely move from Ginger. Great move. Oh, he's just lost a little bit of momentum coming out of there. Oh, and Game has actually got a half a second penalty. I think that might have been just for cutting the corner a little bit. That's quite easily done there. So Ginger will take that ninth place again. So Potsy being chased down in 11th, but being chased down by Angry Man in 12th. So Angry Man trying to get another position up there, with Jim Bob in 13th still and Seamus in 14th. We've actually lost a car. I don't know who it is we've lost. We did start with 15. I don't know who it is we've lost. So bear with me with that, but we did have 15 starters. We've only got 14 cars out there now, so I'm not sure who's disappeared. But anyway, Seamus at the back with Jim Bob in 13th. So Potsy, stick with this. Potsy chasing down Angry Man. Let's see if we can get him down here. Should have a little bit more pace in that McLaren, I would have thought. Having said that, the RCZ it's no slouch, but you would still have fancied the McLaren up against it. Okay, let's get a good exit there. Looks like Potsy had quite a pretty good exit there. In fact, they both did really. So Potsy's going to stick with him and see if we can get him the draft. I know I keep banging on about the draft and the slip in this rush, but trust me, around this track, it's pretty much what it's all about. And it's where it's sort of really the only way you can get any real clean passes going. So apologies if I sound like a broken record, keep on about slips and drafts, but that is what this is about. No, but Potsy didn't quite get enough there, so remains in 12th. So Angry Man in front of him in 11th then is trying to chase down Ginger, who's chasing down Game Race in 9th. There's a huge gap then to TCC. So it's a 3-car battle here, so TCC. So C Broad has actually got past Broady. So get himself up to 6th, but now TCC is chasing down Brody. And I think he might get him up here if he can stick where he is. He looks for the inside. No, gets himself in a braking zone, but not far enough up, so stays in 8th. So Brody chasing down Seabroad. Seabroad weaving a little bit left and right to try and get the cars out of their slip, but Brody's not having any of it. They come round the final bend. Brody really putting the pressure on now. He had a great turn of speed through there. A little bit wide, both of them, but that's fine. So now can Brody get Seabroad at the end of here? So Seabroad again weaving about a bit on track. Stick with this for a second. So Seabroad then in 6th, being hunted down by Brody in 7th. And we are actually on the final lap already, so this race has been frills and spills on this race. It's gone so quick I didn't realise, but we are on the final lap as Brody has a look up the outside. So they get round there clean, they do. I don't think Brody got there though, but TCC's going to have a look. Why not? There's a little gap there and he's going to have a go at it. And he might even get himself up into 6th, no. But he does get himself into 7th, so TCC moves up another place. And both go wide, and Brody and Seabroad, they both go out in the dirt. And Seabroad really out in the dirt because he got himself boxed in a little bit there. Got himself out there, couldn't get back on because there was 2 cars up the side of him. So Brody in 7th, and TCC gets himself up to 6th. Brody with a small penalty that he's got to get rid of. So let's go back up front quickly. He's got Warwolf in 5th. Firepower in 4th, and then these 3. So it looks like Flash, as he comes to the end, to the final bend, has got this one wrapped up. So looks like victory for Flash in race 2. So well done Flash. Goes a bit wide there, but that won't be any problem now. So well done Flash, good victory. So Flash in 1st. Brian Moncani does get 2nd, or does he? It was almost neck and neck, but yes he does, with Excalibur in 3rd. Firepower comes in 4th, well done for Firepower, good 4th there. Warwolf in 5th. So TCC now in 6th comes round after his big off. So done well to get 6th in the end now. So TCC in 6th. Brody in 7th. Seabroad in 8th. Game Race coming in 9th. Angry Man in 10th. Ginger back in 11th. And then got Seamus in 12th. Potsy in 13th from Jim Bob at the back in 14th. Well, what an exciting race that was, guys. I couldn't have, there was incidents galore there at the start of that race, but it was a great race throughout. So join me again, if you can, for race 3, which will be coming up very soon.